Hi everybody. I thought I'd take a minute and do a really quick video on how to bring in a piece of clip art from the internet and use it as your centerpiece for your January project. So in Floriani, you'll have it open saying that you want a new design. I want to talk about a couple of Windows tools that we're going to use for this, and the first one is called a snipping tool. I have mine down here on the bottom of my taskbar. I have it pinned down there actually because I use it all the time. So if you have any version prior to Windows 10, you will have what's called the snipping tool, and this is what you're going to find when you click on it. It will open like this. You'll find it the same way for the new version in Windows 11. You're going to go to your Start menu, and you're going to come down into your S's. Now it's called a snip and sketch, and if you, like I said, if you have the previous version, it'll likely say snipping tool. They're basically the same thing. They do the same thing, just change slightly when they move between Windows 10 and Windows 11. But that's what we're going to use to grab the image from the internet, bring it in, and save it on our desktop, and then we're going to turn it into an embroidery file. So with that, let's go ahead and open your browser, whether you're in Google, Firefox, Bing, whatever it is that you use. Go ahead and open it up. Because it's February, I'm going to do Heart Clip Art. You'll see that I have an option here for PNG. PNG files are actually really good for digitizing. They're very light in data, and so it's pretty easy for Floriani to take it, turn it into stitches, and give you what you want. So now I have images for Clip Art PNG. I'm going to go ahead and tell it that I want to look at all images. And most subjects, you're going to find a multitude of choices that you can choose. So feel free to browse. Feel free to find something that you think would look absolutely great, especially if you're going to do a themed project for your project. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try this one with the different color hearts in it. You will open your snipping tool, and again you're going to go to your Start menu and find it there. I can show you how to pin it to your taskbar eventually if you'd like me to do that. But open either one of the snipping tools, whatever it is you have. You're going to click New. You'll notice that the screen is going to change a little bit, and that's so that as you're working it doesn't scroll or go anywhere. Left click on your mouse and hold your mouse down while you make your selection. Now and then release your mouse and it'll take it into your snipping tool program. A couple of things I want you to kind of note. We've got this little area down here, and then we've got these little gray and white squares. The gray and white squares mean it's on a transparent background, and when we digitize it, Floriani won't notice it. Now Floriani might notice this right here in the bottom left corner. We can take that out. It's not very difficult, so don't be concerned if it catches it when you do a snip. So go to File, Save As, and I save mine on my desktop so that they're easy to work for. And actually I'm going to save this as January Clip Art. And then click Save. Now you can close out the snipping tool, and you can go back to Floriani. We're going to digitize this, so we need to open our Auto Digitize Wizard. Select your image. Mine's on the desktop. There it is, January clip art. If you have this little box checked, it'll give you a preview. Click open. Again, you'll see your file, januaryclipart.png. Now, it also can be a JPEG, which is a JPG or a JPEG, but there are times when those files will have a hard time digitizing because they are heavy. That is something we'll get to as we go farther into class. I'll show you how you can deal with the density that those files can create. Click next. Now this is saying this is 7 inches wide, and I know that I have an 8-inch quilt block that I'm doing, so that's definitely way too big. I'm going to go ahead and make it a 5. Click next. This is telling me that it's going to be 6 colors when it stitches, and I'm okay with that. We have a color tolerance that looks pretty decent here. If you'll notice right here, remember that little gray box that I was talking about? It is going to show up, but I'll show you how to remove it. Click next, and then click finish. And then wait. And there we have it. There is our file for the middle of our quilt block. Now, right here, you'll notice this little gray spot. That's what I was telling you about, and not to be worried about it. It's actually really simple. You can either click on it here and highlight it, or you can click on it in your sequence view and highlight it, and then simply hit your delete key. Now, this is one of those times, again, that you can go in and you can kind of, play with this. You can change your fill patterns. So if you wanted all of these, instead of these hearts having all these directions going this way and all of these going that way, you could actually come in here and on each one of these you could change the fill on it and give it a completely different texture. I caution you in doing that because you're working in a small area, so be very careful that you watch your stitch count up here in the corner. You don't want a whole lot of stitches because it will pucker that fabric in, and it's going to kind of destroy the middle of that circle that will be in that quilt block. But you can go in, you can play with it. You can, everything from the background to the hearts, and you can even go in here and change the outside of the heart if you want, this heart purple and this one green and this one yellow. You just simply work through these different fill sections in your sequence view, which actually, if color changes are a whole lot easier than density changes. So just an idea for you. But anyway, I thought I'd do this really quick, give you an idea. If you want to bring something in from the internet and you're having issues getting it digitized, or you have questions about density, please just shoot me an email, shoot me a text, whatever it is. I'll see if I can't help you work it out, because I know that sometimes Floriani is not necessarily going to have the artwork that you want to have in the center of that. So any questions, feel free to let me know. I hope this helped you out a little bit. Have fun, guys.